In this segment, we're going to talk about the most common ailments that you're going to run into talking to people about happy feet massaging insoles. The most common ailment is muscular lower back and hip pain. It affects 80% of the population here in the United States. That's about 270 million people. Think about it, 270 million people that need our product. Okay, come on in here and let us demonstrate. Okay, the vast majority of people here in our country stand slightly tilted forward. It might be just the way that we're made or whatever. Because of that, the muscles here on the sides of the back are what are holding you up, not your spine. When we put the insoles in the shoes, they raise up on the arches. That raise causes the toes to go forward, moving the calves forward. That rotates the pelvis slightly. By rotating the pelvis, it straightens you up, realigns everything in the back area. That'll help eliminate the lateral muscular back pain and the hip pain associated with just standing or walking for long periods of time. The most exciting opportunity that you're going to have with happy feet massaging insoles is a disease called plantar fasciitis. The plantar fascia actually runs the length of the bottom of the foot, running from the Achilles tendon up into the toes. It's actually what keeps the whole foot put together. It affects 10% of the population. That's about 33 million people here in the United States every year. That's just not 33 million people, that's 33 million people every year catch this disease. Because 1 out of every 10 people that walk by are going to have it. And we can help people with the pain. Let's talk about happy feet massaging insoles that actually attack and help eliminate the pain from this disease. First thing that we have to know is where it comes from. The calf muscle is attached to the Achilles tendon, which is attached to the plantar fascia. That means that that whole segment in your leg and your foot are all just one piece. During the day, when somebody walks around, they stretch out the muscle in the calf. Okay, by stretching it out, everything is where it's supposed to be. When you sit down in the evening, that muscle starts tightening up. It actually takes what's this way and pulls it up. Once it's pulled up, then that's what creates the problem. As soon as you stand up, you stretch everything out too fast. That causes a slight tear in the plantar fascia. The nerve becomes inflamed because it knows there's a problem. It goes about trying to fix the problem, so letting you know that something's going on there. That inflammation is what actually is causing the pain. Our insoles are going to attack that pain in 4 separate ways. First, the balance test that we did previously when we were talking about lower back pain, okay, that actually pushes the calf muscles forward. By pushing the calf muscles forward, pulls on the Achilles tendon. We pull on the Achilles tendon, that helps get the Achilles tendon to float, gets it off the heel. The constant massage of the insole, rubbing on the bottom of the foot, actually stretches out the plantar fascia, actually elongating everything a little bit more. So when things start tightening up in the evening, it can't get pulled this way. The next thing you get is the increase in circulation. The constant massaging effect of the insole causes all the muscles in the bottom of the feet to work. Because those muscles are working, they need more oxygen to operate. That causes more blood flow. That increased blood flow stimulates the nerve ending that's inflamed. That ends the inflammation. That ends the pain. And finally, the liquid in the insoles fills the natural gaps in the bottom of the feet. That filling of the gaps provides support, keeping the plantar fascia from being able to tear again. Let's take a minute to talk about Mortons neuroma. Mortons neuroma is a disease that affects mostly women, and the reason it affects them is because they wear shoes that are too tight. By wearing shoes too tight, they cause the metatarsal bones, those are the knuckles across the top of the foot, to rub together. In between each one of those knuckles is a plantar nerve. That nerve gets rubbed on, it gets inflamed, it gets little nodules on it, and that's the disease. Okay, there's 2 fixes for this disease. First, wear shoes that are a little bit wider so that there's room for those knuckles not to rub together. The second thing, by wearing the insoles, constant pressure up and down and the massaging effect helps to separate the metatarsal bones. By separating them, they quit rubbing. That keeps the disease from continuing on. The increase in circulation that we talked about a little while ago stimulates the nerve endings that are inflamed, ends the inflammation, that ends the pain. For the most part, diabetic foot pain is caused by a lack of circulation, normally called peripheral neuropathy or diabetic neuropathy. It's just a lack of circulation to the lower limbs, a lot of times due to lack of activity, and a lot of times just because the blood can't pump all the blood down there. By putting the insoles in the shoes, it causes the muscles in the bottom of the feet to work. Because they're working, they ask for more oxygen. That causes more blood flow. That helps to relieve some of the pain. Many people complain about heel pain. Heel pain comes from 2 sources. One, either from the heel striking the ground too hard in solid shoes, or from heel spurs. Heel spurs are caused by the Achilles tendon rubbing on the heel. Rubs on the heel, that causes the bone to disintegrate. The body starts throwing calcium to the bone to help protect it from the damage that's being done. That calcium thrown there is what causes heel spurs. In either case, it's very painful. I'm going to show you a little demonstration right now why Happy Feet massaging insoles can help absorb the concussion of the heel strike and help eliminate some of this pain. The first ball we're going to drop simulates your foot hitting the solid ground. You notice how high the ball drops. The second ball we're going to drop on a gel-in insole by Dr. Scholl's. You notice it bounces just as high. What that means is although the concussion is softer, you're still getting the same concussion that you would have gotten from your foot pounding on the solid pavement all by itself. Now, let's go 50% higher and drop the ball on a Happy Feet massaging insole. Absolutely no bounce at all. Take 85% of the heel strike, spread it out over the entire foot, completely offloading that pressure, helping to absorb the concussion off the heel. That offloads pressure off the ankles, knees, and hips.